The Data-Driven Districts project aims to improve the way key education data is collected and used with the ultimate goal of improving learner outcomes. The project was launched in South Africa in 2012 by the Department of Basic Education in partnership with the Michael and Susan Dell Foundation. In the 20 years since democracy, South Africa has made significant progress in improving access to education, increasing enrollment from 79% to 99%. The challenge that remains is delivering quality education to the country's poorest communities. In the 2011 TIMSS test, South African education scored third from last out of 60 countries. National tests revealed that 29% of grade 6 students are illiterate and that the average score for grade 9 mathematics is 13%. Of 100 pupils that start school, 50 will make it to grade 12, 40 will pass, and only 12 will qualify for university. This is despite the significant financial investment South Africa makes in education, spending the same proportion of GDP on education as the USA. Although there are still real infrastructure challenges in certain areas, the major concern is that many educators lack the knowledge to effectively put the available resources to use. DDD is one of MSDF's flagship programs, using data as a critical enabler to improve learner outcomes. Our initial research showed an existing recognition of the value of data within the Department of Basic Education with the department's own data system, SA-SAMS.
Previously, the Department of Basic Education collected aggregated information. It was not too long ago that the SA-SAMS strategy was introduced into the EMIS directorate, whereby we were able to collect unit-level information. With regards to the data coming through, I think there's a huge challenge in the quality of that data. Districts behaved as post offices. They actually collected a CD from schools and passed it on to the provinces, who in turn uploaded to the national department. They actually did not even open the CD to find out if a data set was in there, or to find out if the data was of good quality.
The DDD project pioneered a technology toolset to leverage existing and create new data capabilities in the system. To address the problems of poor quality and missing data, we developed a validation tool which prevents substandard submissions. The DDD dashboard allows school administrators to see the data they're submitting through SA-SAMS immediately and graphically. The combination of stricter submission controls, immediate feedback, and measured and reported data scores has given administrators renewed ownership of their own data. The deployment is enabled by immersed consultants who train and engage users in the field.
In 2013, when we first started the project, we started with 78 schools, and 2 years later, the numbers have escalated to 1,000 schools submitting directly onto the dashboard. So in the past, school principals felt a sense of frustration. They always felt as though they were submitting data into a black hole that never really gave them feedback. Now that the dashboard has been introduced and they have access to the dashboard, they really feel as though they can understand the numbers and their true meaning.
With this newly available data, new insights are becoming possible as users change the way they understand their own data.
I think the DDD dashboard is quite an effective visual tool. It's quite easy for anybody to understand. Part of our management style from the dashboard is to look at hotspot areas. We were able to then take the information that we gathered from the dashboard and create what I call pressure points for an entire line function of managers. I think all managers within the line function of any district should start getting excited about using the 3D.
We know where we are. We know how our learners are performing. We know how our teachers are performing. So we are quite excited. I'm quite excited about using the data. There's a teacher in grade 2 who I thought is not doing well because she's slow in doing things. To my surprise, when I opened the dashboard in the second term, that was the best teacher, the top teacher who did well. I gave a box of chocolate for motivation and to say whatever skill that you're using, go impart it with your team so that they can improve and be where you are. And it motivated her. She's the teacher who wants to be logged on the dashboard.
From principals to provincial officials and those at the national level, the DDD project is providing meaningful insights to inform effective interventions to improve learner outcomes. The final step in our journey is translating data into improved learner outcomes for South Africa's poorest children. The hard work of the previous 3 years positions us well to start realizing results. Since 2013, the DDD project has collected data from over 3,300 schools, reflecting information for more than 2 million learners. This is a strong start to reaching all 12 million learners across the country.
So the incredible traction and reach that we've achieved on the project in the first 3 years is testament to the power of the DDD approach. And I think it's critical that we leverage the momentum that we've achieved to ensure a deep and sustainable impact on the system. So we want to build on this incredibly successful partnership with the Department of Basic Education and seek out new and deeper partnerships in the provinces to unlock additional impact in our schools and districts. So as we continue to improve the way that data is collected and measured and used, we will continue to engage deeply with the provinces and national as we move towards a nationwide rollout of this powerful data-driven approach.